Week 1 update of my Mounjaro journey. Welcome to the channel. My name's Ali and this is just a new channel I've started. Going to be really my journey to 60, the changes I want to make my life in the next year, and I'm sharing on here because I wanted to start a YouTube channel as well, so I thought I might as well do it. Have a TikTok channel as well, which is mainly about my Mounjaro journey, more daily updates, but I thought let's share this on here as well. I started Mounjaro last week, which was the 8th of June 2025. I have put on a lot of weight since menopause. In fact, I would say over the last 5 years I've put on 4 stone. I've had 2 hip replacements in the last 5 years. The last one was coming up in 2 years. Things like that, menopause, me getting older, lazier, the weight just went on. And I've not really done anything active about losing it. I tried a few diets, but I've just not been able to maintain them. And I'd seen people taking about the Mounjaro. You know, there's different types of weight loss injections, but the Mounjaro was the one that I seen more people that I knew been on. And I was at a funeral a few weeks ago and I seen a friend I hadn't seen for probably a couple of months, and I couldn't believe the weight she'd lost. She was looking great, she was feeling great, and I thought, I'm going on it. I will say as well, I was a bit apprehensive because I am petrified of needles, injections, jags. I am absolutely petrified. I've fainted a good few times getting blood taken. I'd hate them, and that was the part of me that I'm thinking, can I do this? But when I seen the weight loss, the kind of benefits outweighed that. I thought I'll with it. So it started at last Sunday, and it took me forever to do the jag. I'd been online looking how people were showing how they done it, got the leaflet, and I don't know how many times I read the leaflet, you know, slowly. And then when I thought, right, I'm going for it, it was very slow to make sure I done it right. What I will say and what I found is your pen, and you have to wind it till it gets to number 1 in the window. Now, there's a lot of winds. I thought I'd done it wrong. Do you know that I panicked? So if you've not used the pen and you're just going to use it, be aware that there's a lot of clicks. Now, I can remember whether somebody said it was about 60 clicks. So if you're like me, panicking, it does come. And what I'm going to say about here, just when I'm saying that, all I'm doing is recording my journey, what's for me, what I'm finding out and sharing. I am not a healthcare expert. I am doing as much research as I can, but any questions, then you will go to your doctor or someone who is a chemist who's prescribing. That's all I'm doing in this channel. I will share my experiences, and if I can say what worked for me, fine, but I'm not giving any medical advice or anything like that. So I took it, really apprehensive, and it was later on in the afternoon I took it, and I did feel okay. I had a bottle of water beside me, took sips of water, and I felt fine. When I woke up the next morning, I felt slightly squeamish, which is a sick feeling, but not that I wanted to be sick. I likened it to when I was pregnant with morning sickness at the start, when you just felt, I want to be sick, but I feel sick. So that was the only feeling, and I had that for about 3 days in the morning. And what I was doing was I took a peppermint tea and a ginger nut. And what I will say as well about that one ginger nut I took, that was when I knew this is working. I normally would have went to the biscuit cupboard. I can't remember having one biscuit in my life. I would have a handful or 2 anyway, probably 2, but one while I was maybe shutting the box back up, you know, it would be my minimum biscuit. So I had one, took my time with it. So that was what, straight away the first day, I'm thinking, oh, there's something working here. And I just can't explain it, but that's all I wanted. And I made a conscious decision as well to eat as healthy as I could and high protein. I have been reading that you want to really eat as much protein as you can. Now at the moment I'm just learning. I don't doubt down the line I'll do another video when I really know why we want the protein. I don't know yet. All I've been told is up with the muscle mass. I don't know. I will be learning, but to eat as much protein as you can. So popped off to Aldi, got my big shop, anything I seen with protein on it I was getting. And nowadays this is the in word, the protein stuff, you know, everything had on it. But I thought, right, I'm going to try this, and that was what I'd gotten for the week. I also didn't record calories in my first week, and the reason for that is I didn't know how I was going to be feeling, and I thought I'm going to let my body dictate what I eat. If I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. If I fancy this, I'm going to eat it. So that was why I didn't record anything, but I was aware of what I was eating. Most mornings I would wake up, have my peppermint tea and a ginger nut. About an hour and a half later, I would have a bowl of berries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries with Greek yogurt. I added, is it chia or chia seeds? Because I've heard they're good for you. Just a teaspoonful of that and a small handful of granola. And that's what I've actually had for my breakfast every day. And I felt good in that, and I know that's something good to have. So I would have that, and when it got to lunchtime, I wasn't feeling hungry. So I was actually nibbling. I had like chicken or little dairy dunkers where you had the cheese, a handful of grapes. I was wanting to pick more than have a meal. And then in the afternoon, that was the first time I wanted a coffee. And I'm a big coffee drinker, but I didn't want any coffee. I just wasn't in the mood for it, especially with the sick feeling. So didn't have any coffee until the afternoon, and then I'd have a biscuit with it, but not overthinking, just what I wanted. I think one day I maybe had a plain biscuit, also had the skinny bars, one of them. I didn't really overthink it, but I just wanted a biscuit with my coffee, and I had it. And then for my teas, I was keeping again to the protein with rice or salad, vegetables, and it wasn't a big plateful. Now, I am a greedy eater. When I'm happy having a small plate with a small portion without me even thinking about it, again, that's registering to me, this is working. I'm also a very fast eater, just so greedy eater. And I was taking my time, again, without thinking. Every night I had a peppermint tea before bed, and sometimes I'd maybe have 1 or 2 ginger nuts with it. That was basically my eating for the week. So I was eating that without me thinking, oh, I need to watch what I'm doing, and just let my body guide me. I started on day 5. The hunger pangs started to come back slightly. Now, nothing drastic, but that was the first day that I started to think, right, okay, is it wearing off slightly? And with doing research, I have seen that yes, from about day 5, especially at the start, it's not totally in my system yet, it's starting to wear off. However, I didn't overeat or anything, but I did start to the hunger pangs coming back slightly. Day 6, I was out and about, and actually went out for coffee, and had a coffee and a scone. Now, normally I would have had jam and cream, and I just had jam. I decided, no, I'd want a bit of work in myself, don't rely all on the jag, so I'm thinking I'm not having the cream. And I ate 1/2 and I felt full. And I think I went into the second half, but I left the most of the second half, and I'm like, wow, this is great. I have never had control over my eating in my life. Do you know, I'm 58-year-old, and I've been lots of diets, but I've never, even any diets I've been on, I've had to always work at the willpower every time. So for me, this is just a godsend. It really is, not to have that be fighting that constantly, that control. So that's why straight away I'm knowing that this is what I want to be on to help me. And then day 6 was Friday, normal. I like to make a nice dinner Friday night, well, Saturday night, and it's vino time. I thought, I'm going to have one. And I didn't even fight it. Now, it took me, and normally I would drink the wine, you know, with dinner, maybe top it up. So that glass of wine lasted probably 2 hours. In between, I had a glass of water and a coffee. But I still, you know, the wine left. Again, that's never been heard of before. And I thought, right, and then I don't know, just had no willpower, never thought about it, but we sat down later on to watch Gogglebox, quite like Friday night, and I thought, let's have a wee vodka. So I had a couple of vodkas. When I woke up in the morning, I was fine with it, didn't feel any different, but I was a bit annoyed with myself. In my first week, I really wanted to have a really good week, so I was disappointed in myself, but also I'd still want to have a normal lifestyle with this, and me enjoying a glass of wine with my dinner at the weekends is my lifestyle, if I can do that and get it down to moderation. But I thought the first week, come on, you could maybe tried harder, but I didn't. And then I started to panic, am I going to lose weight? Saturday, I didn't see any after effects. I mean, a lot of alcohol, so not enough to feel any effects. But I got up on day 7 and the hunger pangs had kind of went. So yesterday, I had a really good day, and all week I have been drinking water. Made a conscious effort from the start. I'm going to be drinking water, and I'm drinking water a lot. When I'm feeling the sick away, just little sips of water, but probably I'm trying to aim for 2 to 3 litres of water a day. As we know, water's so good for you that you keep taking it. So that's me. I'm going to be making sure that I take my water. And the supplements, I started taking electrolytes at the start because I had seen people saying about electrolytes and collagen, and I took electrolytes because I had some in the cupboard from when I was fasting, tried everything. But someone made a comment in TikTok saying you don't need electrolytes and they can actually cause weight gain. And when I heard weight gain, I'm like, oh no, I'm not having this. So I looked into it, and when I read online, it said electrolytes are really only needed if you're very dehydrated, or if you have diarrhea or feeling lethargic. Now, I didn't have any of those symptoms, so I thought I do not need electrolytes, so I've stopped taking them, and I don't feel I need them. I'm drinking plenty of water, I'm eating healthy, so I don't need my electrolytes. Somebody else as well had said, is it the people with their TikTok shops who are recommending that you need electrolytes because they've got electrolytes in their TikTok shop? I really don't know, but for me personally, I'm not taking electrolytes. I take collagen. I had some collagen powder in the cupboard. Now again, what you Mounjaro, I think collagen is recommended. Again, I've not done enough research to see why I should be taking it. Once I can put that across better, I'll let you know. But all I'm saying is I'm taking collagen. It was just what I had in the cupboard. When I get round to it, I might look for what's in that, do a bit more research, but at the moment I'm just using what I've got. I think I'm going to be taking a multivitamin as well. Again, I'll do the research to see which type of multivitamins. So that's all that I need to be taking, and my water. So that's really got my week in. I've not done any exercise. That's for the only reason for that is because I've been lazy. No other reason. And I'm going to try and do more exercise this week. When you're carrying extra weight, it's just not that good. And sorry, I should have added, when I'm talking about extra, I don't really want to give my weight here, but I probably got about 4 to 5 stone to lose. My BMI is 35.1, so I am in the middle of the obese range. You know, and I know people have said to me in camera, and I don't know what the reason for it is. I don't think my face doesn't look as bad as what it can be in real life, and I don't know what, and all the weight's around my middle. I don't know, because people said that in TikTok, you don't look as if you need to. I can assure you, my BMI is 35.1. I need to lose weight, I know I do. So I don't care whether my face looks thinner or I don't need to lose weight or whatever. I do. I need to lose weight. I'm not in a healthy weight range. So that's getting out the way. 5 stone, I was younger then. Would that be too much for me just now? I'm going to see, so long as I can get into a healthy BMI and see how I'm feeling, then I'll decide what weight I want to maintain at. But at the moment, it's a good few stone. Definitely, I would say about 4 anyway to lose. So talking about weight, I weighed myself this morning, the end of week 1, and how much have I lost? 5 pounds in my first week. So I am delighted about that. I've lost 5 pounds in my first week on Mounjaro, and I've felt really good. I didn't know what to expect, and I'm delighted with that, especially at my age, how slow I feel my metabolism is now. I've done shakes for a week and lost a pound. So for me to lose 5 pounds in a week, amazing. I'm so excited for where this journey's going to go. And what I feel as well is good is going to be continuous. Now, even this morning I weighed myself. Another diets, once you get weighed, you normally kind of binge and eat all the food that you've been missing over the week. This morning I had actually had a protein porridge for my breakfast this morning and some blueberries. That it's going to be continuous, and I know next week it probably won't be as much, but even if it's like £1 pound, all adds up. Whereas again, any diet I've been on before, if I've lost the first week, I might stay the same the following week. Then the third week I might put on £1. Next week I lose £2, then I go on holiday, put on £3. Over about 6 weeks you could end up losing about £3. I just can't tell you how excited I am about this journey, and I'm so glad I'm on it now. And I wish I went on it quicker, but it doesn't matter. I've started, and if you've started as well, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you're doing. If you're thinking about it, hopefully me sharing it will let you see it's not as bad. Because it doesn't matter what you're doing, there's always somebody got a different opinion. I do not care about their opinions. I'm doing this for me. All those kind of things go over my head. I know people want to do this, and a lot of people do this in secret. I don't think you should need to, but you know, the individual thing, if that makes you feel better and you don't want to tell anybody, then go for it. I wanted to share my full week here. I'm doing this for myself as well, because I really do want to look back in my journey. So a bit of this is for me as well. And again, if I can help anyone else or share what I'm learning, then that's all good. And it's all part of my journey to my life before I'm 60. So thanks for watching, and I will keep you updated with how it goes.